Trapmore gang, anybody that's been following this David case closely has been desperately trying to find any morsel of new communication from the man himself. David has not been officially cited at all since he was basically, he became the most Googled person of 2025 after he was found with the body of a 14-year-old girl, Celeste Rivas Hernandez, in the trunk of his Tesla. Now, everybody's been wondering what's been going on, and there's a big debate going on Reddit right now where everybody's trying to work out if he's really been active on his old accounts, if his lawyers have taken over his old accounts, and if he has actually been trying to cover up some of his previous confessions or self-snitching on TikTok and other platforms. And I'm going to get into it all in this video. So this is a post that was going around and people have been saying David's been active on his old account. Okay, so this was a post. All right, people saying multiple accounts, thoughts. It seems like David definitely has more accounts than we think. Okay, and it says, I believe he has another account by the name The Disowned 2. Search FleurClueX, his old username on X, and you'll find replies to the accounts. He has his old Reddit account too, named FleurQX, that he used sub for sub 6 years ago. So people are, I guess, suggesting that maybe this is one of more accounts that could be being used by David. It says these posts are protected, but there's been a whole bunch of speculation basically as to whether or not this is proof that he has been active on these accounts. So this is the original post. Someone said, I've been looking at stuff every day, just scrolling, passing time and screenshotting anything. And I just saw this post on Reddit and I was on X and it says he was following one person. Now he follows 5 and it was from 101 days ago. So not recent, which is very interesting. Maybe it's a way that he's staying up to date with what people are saying. People are saying he has in the past days altered music on a TikTok. So this was going around. It says, new evidence of David trying to hide previous confession of murder. TikTok music tells the tale. Now, this was an image that was going around for quite some time, or it was a clip on TikTok of him cleaning what appeared to be Celeste's shoes. This was a post that was going around a while ago. Let me zoom in so you can see this. So many have suggested that David was actually washing Celeste's sneakers with his own sneakers as well in early 2025 in a clip on his burner account. So this is on an Instagram account called David's Burner, and it originally had a song called Scat Inc. Now, it seems that he's changed the music to Monsters Inc., and basically this is the original song, right? And people are saying that his TikTok music tells the tale of the murder. So it says TLDR, David replaced, let's just do the full thing. I'm going to explain it all. It says 3 months ago, I posted about David's peculiar sound file choice for the even more peculiar TikTok video he posted on February the 23rd, 2025 on his David's Burner account of him washing sneakers next to the pool of his rented home in the Hollywood Hills. Now, interestingly, this is probably one of the very few things I haven't made a video on in this situation. And I just didn't really get time to make it, but I remember this clip was going around, but there was way more interesting stuff going on at the time. But just to give you the recap, there's a clip of David going around cleaning these shoes, and people have apparently pictured Celeste with those shoes. They're actually a set of Jordan 4s in white and blue, which I personally have owned, and they're a very legendary pair of shoes. I used to really like those. But anyway, it says many have suggested that David was washing Celeste sneakers with his own in early 2025. A clip on his burner account, the clip playing is Scat Inc. by Square Guy and the Predators. It says one more thing, the Scat Inc. track includes what sounds like a woman screaming at the very end of David's video, right after he finishes cleaning Celeste's sneakers. Now, obviously, I can't play you that, it's a copyrighted song, but the clip and the video of him cleaning them shoes has gone around pretty extensively at this point. So the poster goes on, he says, since then, there's been a great deal of information and speculation, of informed speculation about the possibility that David had already killed Celeste as early as January of 2025. He started posting pics and videos of himself in January and February that suggested a noticeable and disturbing shift in his general demeanor. At the start of this case, many people were quick to point out that one of the pairs of sneakers he was washing in the TikTok video looked exactly like a pair of sneakers that Celeste was photographed wearing. So much so that we can safely guess that they were in fact Celeste sneakers. You can find other posts demonstrating this particular detail in the case. What I noticed 3 months ago in the TikTok video was that the odd music file choice that David added, namely Scat Inc. by Square Guy and the Predators, at the time I commented Scat Inc. track includes what sounds like a woman screaming at the end of David's video right after he finishes cleaning Celeste's sneakers. What I failed to notice 3 months ago was just how creepy the artwork for the song file was. It's a crudely drawn picture of a figure holding what appears to be a bloody axe. Yeah, that's right. I didn't even pay much attention to this, but yep, square guy in the Predators, and that is a dude holding an axe. It's looking like an X on his chest, like an Xbox logo. It says, well, apparently David or David's lawyers and or management thought it was a good idea to get rid of that sometime between my original post 3 months ago and today. The song selection for David's creepy sneaker washing TikTok video has been changed from Scat Inc. and its homicidal artwork to Monsters Inc. by the Shoop Shoop Q, an up-tempo jazz song that seems perfectly, well maybe imperfectly, innocent. Would this be considered tampering with evidence? Hopefully the LAPD and the LA District Attorney are aware of these kinds of social media revisions being made after the fact. You can listen to the full Scat Inc. and Square Guy by Square Guy and the Predators on YouTube, which is about twice as long as the sound clip on on TikTok that David used originally. So people saying it was definitely still there a few days ago. I was looking at the artwork and also thinking, what the F? I took a screenshot. Says, damn, thanks for sharing this. Now we know David or possibly his management is controlling the TikTok accounts and made this change last week. Someone's tampering with original posts, so law enforcement will have fun watching the audit trail of who's doing what. Uh-oh. People saying, whoa, this is a good find, Remy, as always. You can say they changed it thanks to your detective skills. Keep up the pressure. All right? People saying, may that poor young girl rest in peace. So Remy's defending himself here as well. He says, just to add here that people elsewhere in these comments are saying that this is a so-called nothing burger because David had some sneakers and are trying to obfuscate the fact that David knew very well that Celeste had the same sneakers, maybe same size or even larger because of how small he is, and that she even highlighted her pair of sneakers in a social media profile pic. And more importantly, these same people are trying very hard to not talk about or simply dismiss the drawing of a guy holding a bloody axe that was the artwork for the original song he attached to the TikTok video in February before it was replaced in the past 3 months. Very likely actually in the past week, thanks to others' observations and screenshots shared by in these comments. Oh yeah, and the band that did the original song Square Guy and the Predators, but now I'm just repeating myself. People saying, what if the audio got removed and TikTok just added a new one automatically because you can't change the sound yourself? But apparently that audio file is still on TikTok. Nothing is getting past Remy. Okay. People saying it wouldn't be considered incriminating evidence. So no, it wouldn't be tampering. This is just circumstantial evidence that may or may not be related, and there's no shortage of similar circumstantial evidence of his obsession with blood and gore and girls who look like Celeste, so it's not a great lost-winning case, but honestly, the fact he changed it would be more compelling to use as circumstantial evidence to paint a picture. Okay, so they're saying, I agree that the update replacing the song with artwork that is drawing the guy as holding the bloody axe 2 of the fact of the song is the Square Guy and the Predators is the most incriminating aspect. People saying it's not easy to change your music after you post on TikTok. The only way to do it, the only way is when you do the promo glitch. So I wonder how and why he did that. However, the Scat Inc. song isn't bad or anything. It's literally just a scat version of the original Monsters Inc. song. If I Didn't Have You. There's not a lady screaming at the end either. David replaced the sampled scat version of the song with the real instrumental. Other than the artwork being odd, I don't see an issue here. It says there's what sounds like a woman screaming halfway through, which is where the TikTok sound file edit ends. But more importantly, the song artwork for Scat Inc. is the drawing of the guy holding the bloody axe. Can't be dismissed as no big deal. It was big enough for David or his handlers to replace it. Now, on the topic of David and his handlers, okay, this is something that a lot of people have been speculating on because it has been going around. Oopsie daisy, it has been going around that they're saying, FYI, David's legal team probably has total control of his social media at this point. If you see he's active, it isn't David. His legal team is probably going through every interaction, video, message, and Discord, etc., even the shit he deleted, and they'll have a digital forensic analyst retrieve all of the crap that he and his team deleted. Maybe his dad's helping him. Why would his legal team be doing this without an indictment yet? They're preparing for a trial and have already accepted probably a long time ago that he is going to be indicted. Defense team would want to get ahead of everything that law enforcement currently has access to so they can start planning alibis to see what material can be used in court, challenges to not be used, and what could benefit their argument. Lastly, and most importantly, see what material is the most damning to their case and go to work on 2 options. 1, try and strike whatever damning digital material law enforcement has from being presented to the jury. Plan for the defense to challenge every single piece of digital evidence as being illegally obtained and infringing on this asshole's rights. Or 2, planning alibis, stories, excuses, and hypotheticals that David didn't send those messages. Folks, money buys a good defense, and remember, beyond a reasonable doubt, this shit hasn't even begun yet. They're saying no $600 an hour lawyer is going to be able to physically remove that game console controller from his hands or keep him from the keyboard 24/7. He's been online in one way or another. He said he is from the internet. That kind of person isn't going to put down his phone or keyboard, and he's only 20. The only thing we can hope is that this will be his downfall and that the LAPD has people smart enough to figure out what his online presence mean as it relates to Celeste and if they can prove it. What's up, David? I'm sure you're watching this. It said he probably just uses alternative accounts or his siblings' accounts. He doesn't have to use his official accounts. It's so easy to create a new account. People saying it sure would be easy for him to just create a new account, though. Why access the ones that everyone is stalking? And this says police forensics and defense forensics are probably accessing his accounts. He will probably be on a schedule anyway to prepare for prison. Peak. It says he was chronically online before all of this came out. I don't see him changing now. Very doubtful. First thing my ex-husband did after being released from a federal questioning was bought a new phone and contacted me. He had just been questioned about our child being online and speaking to a ring, so criminals do stupid things when they never thought they'd get caught in the first place. That's a crazy comment. I wish that person the best. As a person who's seen how the digital forensics works, you're totally off base and wrong about this defense team. His defense team can't legally touch anything without it being provided to him. They can't go through evidence. They can't touch none of it. Y'all make up whatever you want and it's wild. People saying the defense team absolutely can go through David's social media before an indictment and read through stuff and prepare their defense, lol. That doesn't mean they're deleting or changing anything. Such an aggressive comment for someone being completely wrong. Interesting. A PI has probably been hired to gather information and cross-check his information. What's this going to be? Who effing cares about that PDF, David Anthony Burke? People saying it's strange to follow two people and then after a while stop following them. If they're analyzing each other, they shouldn't be following and unfollowing each other. The best of the best legal teams make it a stipulation with their client that if they're to work for them and defend that person, they give up total control of social media and anything digital. So, yeah, I think his legal team probably are controlling his social media. I think it's likely, but hey, who knows, right? Who knows? So, back to this original post where they're basically saying he's active on his old accounts, just so you got the context of what we're looking at here. But basically, in light of everything I just told you, because that all branched off from this comment, people saying it's almost as if he truly believes he's some sort of magician. Like if he slightly changes something, none of us will remember. But we do. If he thinks no one out of the millions of people who followed him, then he needs help for real, because there's always someone who knows and remembers. He's delusional. People saying, I just saw this, which is crazy. People saying, yeah, instead of deleting it, he's like, let me change the music. Hee hee. Someone's follower in count changing doesn't necessarily indicate activity. That would change if someone he was followed by or following deactivated or reactivated. Yeah, it's an okay point. People saying that Twitter isn't his anymore, but he did change one of his Instapage's profile pictures to this person or artist. His The Cat is Cooked Insta. And it's gone. And it's gone. What's this? What's this going to be? Is it going to be bad? We're dealing with a real deal psycho. David was the Mr. Beast of fan pages. He ran over 30 accounts. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. Wow, I did not know. I was not expecting to see that. He's got 30 plus accounts. Romantic David Clips, David Career, David Forever, David's fan. He a real fan of himself. That's narcissistic behavior right there. What the hell? This guy's out of control. What the hell? Hella accounts. Wow. Just David maxing out here. He was David maxing, and he will soon be prison maxing, potentially. Subscribe to other David Unreleased channels. These could all be him. I'm not sure. They have so much unreleased music, even the deluxe. Yes, music gets leaked, but you obviously can't put anything past him. People saying, I'm tagging this post as unconfirmed, but I'm pretty effing sure all of these accounts are his. Like, deadass, all of these effing accounts. And this is just what I can find. I'm pretty sure the number is in the 50s. 50s. Wow. Most of them started and stopped posting at the exact same time before Celeste's body was identified. Wow. or the day they found her in the trunk. Some of the comments are even limited, and there's another group chat he's in somewhere. That's probably why so many of the accounts that aren't him follow each other. I understand you promoting your music, but damn. This man was marketing himself like crack in the 80s, and I think we're all about to find out how deep this rabbit hole goes when the LAPD actually speaks out. I cannot go through all of these accounts, but what I can tell you is I know it's him because they all use the same formats for posts, i.e. asking people if they're going to listen to David or promoting certain songs, usually his singles, same emojis, same memes, same references. It doesn't give authentic fan page vibes. This shit is literally blowing my mind, I swear to God, and he also follows kids or celebs, not regular adults. Like, I know I missed so much, so scrape the pages if you're interested in going on a journey tonight. Please inform us if any are missed. 30 pick limit, more picks in the comments. Wow. That was a month ago. He was saying, do you think he could have ditched the phone that was tied to the accounts when she was found? Most likely he's been told not to post, but curious what everyone else thinks. Social media is an addiction, and being that active on it would make me think that it would be hard to just quit. It says he claimed in an interview a phone of his was stolen earlier this year, even claimed it could be getting dismembered, so maybe. Yep, said it was being dismembered in China. It was so weird, because why would you even say that? No one even knew it was stolen. What? What? Wait, I missed this. Very strange indeed to say something like that publicly. No way. Wait a minute. No, please don't tell me he says that his phone got dismembered and is getting sent to China. That's actually diabolical if that's true. I hope he hasn't got his music in the background of this too.
Theft lock screen. Yeah, I checked my location on my other phone this morning. It's in China right now getting dismembered, so.
Oh, what? Dismembered? When was this? Oh, June the 26th, 2025. Are you kidding me? Dismembered phone?
My phone got stolen. This is the anti-theft lock screen. Yeah, I checked my location on my other phone this morning. It's in China right now getting dismembered, so tragic. I'm David. This is what's in my phone, but complex.
This is going to come back to haunt him. David, I really want to know what's in your phone. David, I've never wanted to know what's in your phone more, and I know the LAPD want to know what's in your phone.
The crying emoji. That's what I use for laughing. I use that to literally cry. I use that for literally any scenario. David's Secret Ninjas. It's the Secret Ninjas group chat.
Oh, so somebody posted a screenshot of that Secret Ninjas group chat. People saying get in the comments. They're saying getting dismembered, not getting dismembered. Just saying hearing dismembered coming from him is wild. Wild hearing dismembered from his own mouth. He didn't lose his phone. He deliberately lost it to get rid of evidence. Oh my God. Who even uses dismembered in their vocabulary? Dismembered, meanwhile, his Tesla was reported stolen in August and his underage GF. Man, yeah, that's reported stolen a narrative. You don't hear that one getting talked about anymore, do you? His phone went missing, just so happened to conveniently lose. What? 10 hours a day is waiting. What the heck? This is bad. Oh, man.
Last text I sent was to Andrew Luce, my GOAT, one of my producers. I was like, yes, hit, y'all snapped. WTF? Crying emoji. See? Crying emoji. Again, you see it live and direct. Most used app. Let me check my screen time. Probably TikTok, man. I gotta say it today. I'm an internet kid at heart. So, let's see what we got. Justin Bieber and Benny Blanco. Some models. Oh, that's makeup tutorials, I guess. Some dance videos. Hey. Uzi and Mark Jacobs. Shout out Uzi. Sydney Sweeney. Drake. I'm gonna take y'all down the line real quick. Woody. Classic me. This one I use on daily when I'm disgusted or like confused by something or somebody talking crazy. This is what they get hit with. And I got Mario flipping you off. I use this one on the daily too. Last song I listened to, probably something about Cardi album. Not gonna lie, I've been blasting it in my ears every day. Generational album. Most famous contact, probably Billie Eilish, SZA. Average 10 hours a day. Is that good? Is that average? I'm gonna try to get it to like at least 24 by next month.
Yeah, he definitely getting 10 hours a day on that phone. Now, that is insane. That is insanity. He was saying he didn't lose his phone. He deliberately lost it to get rid of evidence. That was 2 months ago. Wow. That's insane. That is insanity. People saying, so that's why he needed 100 phones, different accounts on separate devices. Thread of additional pics. So these are just more David King Dom. Also, not sure if many people know, but Celeste was reported missing in March 2024 as well. So that's at least 3 missing reports. I haven't seen this poster before. I haven't seen this one. Is this May 2025? Last seen on March the 19th, 2024. I haven't seen this poster before. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. That's crazy. Encino, this is a first. That's in the valley closer to Hollywood, but far from Lake Elsinore. The poster is printed as Lake Elsinore. Apparently that's a typo. I've seen this one. That's crazy. Celeste was last seen at 3/18, March the 18th, Lake Elsinore. If you have any info or seen her, please contact the local police station. Her family is very worried. Wow. Wow. Sorry, last two. The name on the account was literally changed within the last 24 hours. Man, that's crazy. David Philippines. He just got unlimited accounts. We have a David group chat. Do you want to join? This isn't my main account. I won't be as active as much. Don't tell me that's how he was. That would be a great way to get young'uns into the pipeline, wouldn't it? If you were just on TikTok in the comments talking about, do you want to join the group? Do you want to join my secret David group chat? And by the way, I'm David. I just read the spiral emoji is associated with PDFs. What? Oh, that's fucked. That's fucked. These accounts are all David's cult messengers and probably underage fanboys. It's horrible. Wouldn't surprise me if Zerx or Sophia or whatever her name had access. People are saying they're all him. There's too much overlap in the content they all post and how they post it. Captions, post time, they all mimic each other. And he didn't have 10 phones for nothing, I guess. Says you need to stop acting like that man didn't have a majority of girl fans. No boy is going to have fan pages unless he was some type of rapper. And realistically thinking, why would those people you mentioned have access to fan pages when they know the man himself? People are saying a lot of artists have this. I feel like the labels and marketing departments have this. It says, yeah, I'm familiar with that. Some of the vids are recorded from the stage, so it has to be his team recording, but it's him posting unless they all know how to post like him. Either way, it's not organic pages. Man, this is crazy. I wonder if the LAPD are aware of this information so we can look into it. Wow. That is insane. All right. People are saying it's extremely common for musicians and celebrities to make a bunch of fan accounts for themselves. It's a marketing tactic. I wouldn't waste my time trying to piece this together, so it's a waste of time. Well, could be a waste of time. Could be not a waste of time. That was very, very, very interesting. It says, wait. He deleted it. He always does that when someone excuse me. He always does that when someone figures out it's him. Yeah, but people have been posting about it for weeks. He's in here watching too, so I wonder what prompted him to finally delete it. I think he's leaving more and more clues, but he's posted so much stuff he's not able to remember what he has where, and is looking to see what has been around so far, but it's way too late, because if those of us that are new to Reddit and have never heard about him before this case have found things suspicious and odd, he relies on the posts, then looks at them, then he knows where to look to alter or delete. I'm sure the authorities already have what we found and more. It's just exposing his habits and peculiar oddities that make it extremely hard to find everything unless his computers, phones, and all social media have been found, especially Celeste items. Speaking of other accounts, I found this on Tumblr. Not saying it's him 100%. Oh, it says X-rated. I won't show it. Hang on. Let me take it off screen. Let me just see how X-rated this is. It's called Cookies and Cannabis. It says professional procrastinator and chronically online person. Okay, it's not safe for work in terms of the images, but like some of the text is a bit freaky, kind of freaky and kinky. I'm not, this one, no way does it say what I think it says. Wait. No way. Tumblr is a piece of shit. I got to say, Tumblr sucks. Can I just delete Tumblr? Can I just delete? Because it's got all this. Okay, let me just try and. I'm not going to lie. The shit I just seen is brazy. The shit I just seen is insanity. How do I get this up? How can I. Hang on. All right, I don't know how to feel about this. All right, I'm just going to show you one little thing. All right, I'm just going to show you one little thing. This is crazy. I just want to show you one thing. So, how can I show you this? Wait a minute. Okay, I'm just going to show you this because this is wild, all right? I'm not going to lie, this blew my mind, okay? This is a little section. It says, I'm hypersexual and I mainly write smut with a sprinkle of fluff and plot. Once in a while, I'll write something different. I'll write about anything and anyone. I like age gap relationships and fix. I don't know what that means, but the gap can't be too crazy. Maybe like 5 or 8, depending on how young the youngest in the relationship is. Excuse me? But mind you, most of the content up there are with my characters my age and older, or I'll age them up, but you get the point. I never write about anyone younger than me, so heads up if you find a flick with gulp younger people. Don't like Don't read the book. Simple. I will go back and forth with people in the comments, but I'd really rather not when the arrow or X talking about, bruh. I'm right. Reddit, go and do your thing and look into this, because this is insane. I was not expecting to read that. Okay, I was not expecting to read that. People are saying, wow, what a find. This is years old, but it has references to a Withered World tour and a fanfic story featuring two characters called David and Bryant. He names Bryvid. That's absolutely his account. Damn, he wasn't lying when he said he spent his entire life on the internet. He must have hundreds of accounts across every platform. While I don't disagree he has multiple accounts, especially since someone exposed over 30 of them, someone needs to deep dive into that. Can someone else deep dive into that? Because I don't even want to... I'm saving this. That's insane. That is insane. What did I just read? What the 5 to 8 year age gap relationships? Hello? Hello? What are we talking about here? Is that what was going on? Is that exactly what was going on? So they're saying some of these accounts aren't his. He's obviously active on social media. He's been hiding for 4 months now, and he knows he'll most likely end up in prison the rest of his life. Of course, he's using social media as much as he can and keeping up with everything. He won't have that privilege in prison. I'm actually just disgusted by what I just read. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Bro, I can't believe what I just saw. That's insane. So they're saying for a while he wasn't active on Snap. Now he's active on Snap again. Okay, when was this? That fucker. The other night, and he's still active today. There was a period where it was off and it's back on again. He also has several spam accounts. He's lurking. Is his old username on X supposed to be a variation on Felix? To anyone who knows, interesting question. I think we already read this one. I need to get that off the screen. I'm going to do a video about this in another day. I just can't believe what I can't believe what I'm reading. That Tumblr thing blew my mind. That blew my mind. I'm gonna wrap it up here and go and look into this some more. That really is scary. It does sound like he is online. It does sound like he's got burner accounts, other phones. His phone got sent to China and dismembered, bro. What are we talking about here? That was chilling what I just read. That was crazy. Okay, look, I'm gonna go and look into this a little bit more. I was actually just planning on doing a quick video about him having these accounts, and I just went down a rabbit hole I was not expecting. So if anybody on Reddit can go and look into this further, can somebody please go and dig into that Tumblr account a little bit deeper? It's a bit late. I was planning on going to bed. It's 1 a.m. It's just crazy. Okay, what are we doing here? That's mad. Yeah, I'll come back tomorrow and do a deeper dive into that Tumblr. That's insane. All right, let me know what you guys think. I'm back next time. That's crazy. Bye.